Hello, we're back at it again with some more Zenless Zone Zero. Wait, let me do there's a redemption code right now, but what was it? Is it this? What was it? Codes. Oh, I had it the other way. Dial in 1125. I think there was another one. What was it? There's two more. Ah, there's another one. I don't know if I've gotten this one yet. Not yet? Oh, juicy.
Fun job have you got me into this time? Hello, Rep 2493 at your service.
All right, let's resume where we left off of. Without further ado, I'm just actually I haven't done my GFL2 dailies just yet. It's probably, I think there's a big update because they added the crew deck. You could run around the land ship finally. Please be voiced, please be voiced. The atmosphere here somehow doesn't seem very friendly.
Final warning. Everything's in writing. Ownership confirmed. The property must be cleared within 3 days. Tops's new business plans don't wait.
My family's ancestral home, passed down for 3 generations, and now it's yours? Those documents, you fabricated them!
Times have changed. It's all about evidence, not stories. Empty your place within 3 days, or we'll clear it for you. When we clear your place, it won't be gentle. Picture your moldy old books getting crushed by a bulldozer in the landfill. See what becomes of the things you hold dear.
That's so comically evil.
You bunch of bandits!
The arrogant woman leaves.
Uncle Biao? Are you all right?
All right, I'm doing great. 3 days. They expect me to clear out decades of collection in 3 days.
Sorry to bother you at a time like this, but we have a few questions. Do you recall an ancient tome restoration job from the antique shop?
Gone. It's all gone. They were after the collection, and everything's been taken.
Do you remember what kind of content was recorded in that ancient tome?
Now's not the time, Belle. This guy's whole life is just shattered in front of him.
The person who took it look like. Did they mention where they were going?
Whoops, what's happening? One sec. One sec.
Enough! Can't you see I've got bigger problems? I don't care where the tome went. My ancestral home, where I kept my entire collection, is about to be demolished. I ain't got no time for your questions.
Yeah, read the room, Belle. Not her fault. Actually, kind of her fault.
Go away, all of you!
Sorry to bother you. I'm very sorry.
Bullshit. Ning Xian says, talk about bad timing. Bargainer Biao's pretty beside himself with anger. Doubt he's in the mood to answer any of our questions. Hey, what happened to that? What? All the sound just disappeared. Xiao Guang says, maybe let me try talking to him alone first to help him calm down. It might take a bit longer, so I apologize for making everyone wait.
Oh, lost at another crossroads in life? What a coincidence running into you here!
Dial-in? What are you doing here?
Me? I'm, of course, here handling complaints. TOP's cross-department customer service center at your service, specialized in dealing with the toughest, most unreasonable cases. And besides, if you don't want to miss out on something interesting, you've got to keep an eye out. It's tough working at Krampus. You've got to grab every scrap of credit you can to stay off the bottom of the rankings. You freelancers wouldn't get it. Workplace competition is brutal.
Oh, sounds pretty intense.
Huh? What's with the long faces? What happened?
Does she actually consider us friends or stepping stones? What is it? I briefly tell Dylan about what just happened.
What a coincidence, huh? Your luck came through again today. I'm here to deal with the same issue. Give me a moment. Let me think.
Yes, you should take some time to think this through.
Time for an ice cream break. Wait here and don't wander off.
What?
What?
How can she be so casual about this?
Everyone is still exchanging glances by the time Dylan quickly returns, waving something in her hands. Wait, Dylan says, alright, it's done. The bargainer Biao is quite the interesting fellow. He couldn't possibly bear parting with that one-of-a-kind book, so instead, he gave Sarah a replica. Turns out, his cleverness has made things quite convenient for us. Whoa. Dylan came through. A cryptic ancient tome. Added to the workbench. A heavily worn and mysterious ancient tome with pages stuck together from moisture damage. Its edges are tattered, inner pages torn, making many crucial sections hard to decipher. From what's just barely legible, the tome appears to document unverified legends about a race related to absorbing miasma and suppressing evil.
Dylan? How did you manage to get that out of him?
Yeah, Dylan. It's like you cast a spell on him or something.
How did I do that?
Not voiced. Dylan says exactly what I did. It will remain a secret, but look, I've solved this big problem for you. Got you what you wanted, and even managed to save his house in the process.
Counting the last time I helped you rescue people in the Hollow, and the time before that with delivering Master Lumen, it's starting to feel like you owe me a lot of favors, don't you think?
Uh-oh, she's cashing in.
You're right. I don't know how we can repay you.
We didn't realize how much we'd been relying on you. How can we repay you?
All right, just scan here to submit a tip.
She actually hit us with the tip. It's the meme again. There was a post about it the other day on Twitter on the Zenless Zone Zero anonymous account.
I'm just kidding. You don't actually think I cash in on a crisis, do you? I'm not that type of person. What I actually want is, whatever you're up to next, no matter how interesting or how much of a pain, count me in.
Huh? That's it?
Yep, it's that simple. You should be grateful it's me playing the Good Samaritan today and not Senior Zhao. Otherwise... Anyway, do we have a deal?
Done deal.
Thank you, Dylan. You're so kind.
Already putting me in the kind person category. Thanks for the compliment.
No. Even if you have other motives, your help before and today is genuine. Right now, we're walking the same path together, and that's good enough for me.
Sometimes you seem like an innocent little girl, and other times feels like you see right through everything.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I was about to say. Xiaoguang can sometimes be like Umfi mode, and then she can like... Oh, not voiced again. Dylan says, alright, let's set that aside for now and figure out our next move. Bargainer Biao said this tome is extraordinary. It talks about divine purification and some kind of ancient array that can absorb miasma and suppress evil spirits. Whether it actually worked or not, well, that's another story. Hearing this, Xiaoguang perks up. Well, Banyue says, this is a matter of utmost importance. Now that we have the tome, let's head back to Suibian Temple and discuss it there. Xiaoguang seems to have remembered something. Should I ask now or wait until we're alone? Ask now. What? You shoved it.
Senior Xiaoguan, are you okay? Your expression just now seemed a bit off.
Mind your business.
The array that absorbs miasma and suppresses evil spirits. Actually, when my brother and I were kids, we heard bits and pieces from our parents. They seemed to know something about it.
I hadn't really heard Senior Ye mention your parents before.
Yeah. They passed away when we were very young.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up something heavy.
It's alright. When you think about it, how many people in New Eridu don't carry the pain of losing someone they love? Besides, Mom and Dad were a source of pride for both my brother and me. They both knew a bit of mystic arts, they were free spirits, deeply in love, wandering from place to place in their younger years, seeing the world, enjoying the mountains and rivers. Later, they came to Waifei, witnessed the dangers of the miasma, and couldn't bear to see the workers in the mines suffer. So, they decided to stay and help. With everyone's help, they settled in the residential area near the mines. I was born sometime after that. I was too little to remember much, just a few scattered memories of life back then. But whenever I see the look on my brother's face when he talks about those days, I can tell. They must have been happy. Really, really happy. My brother said that before they passed, they were looking for a better way to suppress the miasma, never expecting that the outbreak 10 years ago would take them so suddenly.
Your parents, did they perish in the miasma outbreak at the old mining site 10 years ago?
Yes. It was chaos
Oh.
back then. I was too young to remember clearly. My brother was badly hurt and unconscious. By the time we finally woke up at the rescue, they were already gone.
Could that have been, what Dylan was hearing back at the hollow?
After that, we just scraped by with whatever help we could get. Kind people like Ban Yue Shifu would check in on us every now and then. Not long after, he entrusted us to the care of Yunquei Summit.
Banyue says, at that time, I heard that Yunquei Summit was taking in orphans. Since I was leading a rootless life, entrusting the important task of caring for 2 children to Yishu and Shifu was the safer choice. Banyue Shifu, did you also get to know Xiaoguang's parents?
Banyue Shifu, did you also know Xiaoguang's parents?
We had just a few brief encounters. Back then, I would sometimes help out a little in the mining area.
I'm deeply grateful for your care, Ban Yue Shifu. Belle, do you remember asking me before whether my brother had been having nightmares? After our parents passed, and before we went to Yinkoi Summit, my brother would often have nightmares of our parents being killed by a monstrous figure in the miasma. After we settled at Yinkoi Summit, with Shifu and the others by our side, those nightmares gradually subsided.
How old was Yishuan? I think 10 years ago, 11 years ago. That was also during the Hollows. It was also during the time when the capital fell, I think. So Yishun Shifu would have been around like what, 18, 20-ish? She should be around 30-ish. I'm assuming... Anyway, whatever.
Could it be that coming back to Wi-Fi has brought those nightmares back?
Trying to figure out character ages as arbitrary process. Doesn't mean much.
Such a tragic story. And the chaos that happened all those years ago, the truth is impossible to unravel. It makes sense that your brother is losing sleep. It isn't just the miasma that can lead to people's deaths.
Huh?
At those words, both Ye Shengguang and Banyue fell silent. Belle says, dwelling in the past is getting too heavy, it's getting late. Let's head back and discuss our next step.
Right, sorry. Talking about my parents always throws me off a little. What matters now is finding my brother. Let's move.
Xiaoguang and the others gradually fade from view, but Banyue lingers. It isn't just the miasma that can lead to people's deaths. Seemingly casual words, yet the cries of the past ring in his ears once more.
Please. Please. Our two children are still so young.
Is that Mom and Pop? Mom and Pop Ye?
I wish I could see them grow up and not leave them all alone.
Please. I'm begging you.
A hand reaches out from behind, pulling Banyue back from his silence into the present.
Shifu, aren't we going to follow them? You look like there's something on your mind.
It's nothing. Let's go.
Makes me wonder if that guy is still like involved with the Exaltist. I feel like it's a reformed Exaltist. The ancient texts. Written on the cryptic ancient tome, their existence transcends mortal measure, standing with the divine, or perhaps redacted. In ancient times, there were sages who could communicate with the divine. Observing these celestial redacted changes, they knew miasma redacted would converge redacted during the peak of celestial redacted. They built this array, gathering and purifying the miasma to restore the world to redacted. With the array complete, With the array complete, though the evil is subdued, redacted, yet redacted. Whatever that means. To summon redacted desired to awaken power, a core willing to sacrifice. Redacted. Though we leave this method, if redacted descends, the consequences are unpredictable. After reading the cryptic tone, everyone puts together all the information so far.
Aside from the sections that are too damaged to read, we can confirm now that Sarah and Senior Ye were investigating the array described in the tome. This array is closely tied to the creator that Sarah seeks. Perhaps it's a crucial step for their so-called audience with the creator.
But the array's purpose is to suppress miasma. From what we've seen of the Exaltists, people who treat human lives like weeds, their creator doesn't exactly seem the merciful type.
Sarah sent the remnants out to search. the array might be near the old mining site. Xiaoguang, you lived there before. Do you remember anything about it?
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. If only I could remember more. If only I had talked with my brother more.
Don't be too hard on yourself. I've sensed something off in the depths of the hollow for years now. I've gone searching more than once, but always came back empty-handed. I'll make another trip. Just wait for my word.
Dylan says, wait, going in aimlessly right now is like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
Xiaoguang, among the old mining site survivors, is there anyone you've stayed in touch with over the years?
Xiaoguang says, so you think we should reach out to people from back then about the array? Makes sense. I was too young to remember, but maybe someone else still does.
Maybe I've been deliberately avoiding ties to the past. After joining Yunkuei Summit and becoming the Qingming Sword's wielder, my contact with the outside world has become even more limited.
Fairy is not voiced. Fairy says, Master, I've located the list of survivors from the old mining site. Most of them have settled in the Siloon Bay area. Belle says, don't worry, some survivors from the miasma outbreak are now settled in the Siloon Bay. I might have some information about the array. Nangqian says, Siloon Bay. I'm pretty familiar with the area. It's crowded and full of all kinds of people. Asking around one by one would take forever. Why don't we split up so we can cover more ground? No time to waste, I'll go on ahead. Join me when you're all set. Banyue says, sounds good to me. Using the addresses Fairy found, everyone sets off in different directions. Why does Belle just like randomly switch? Why does Belle just like randomly switch outfits? It's pretty funny. Wait, give me a sec. Alright, continuing. Xiaoguang says things have changed so much. Back when my brother and I had to stay here, this place was just a haphazard mess of makeshift shelters. Now it feels like a proper settlement. Banyue says the past fades like dust. Belle says it's been years since you faced the past. You must be feeling pretty conflicted right now. Xiaoguang says, yeah, Ningqian and the others got here before us, so they must have gone down already, right? Somehow, now that I'm here, I'm feeling kinda nervous. Xiaoguang says, hey, doesn't that miner up ahead look kinda familiar? Looks like it's that person that we saved earlier. The humble miner. The humble miner says, it's you guys, the ones who saved me. You feeling better? We ask. The miner says, much, much better, thanks to you and your friends. I was just thinking about how to thank you all, and here you are. Xiaoguang says, don't worry about it. We were simply doing what was right. We're just glad to see you're safe and sound. But we're here today to ask about something, if you don't mind. The miner says, ask away. If I know anything about it, I'll tell you everything. No beating around the bush. Ask about the array. The miner says, arrays? Divine deities? Why is it always... My old man mentioned it once. Over the past few decades, outsiders would show up every now and then. And some who just moved into the staff family quarters and kept sneaking deeper into the mining area. They were always asking the old-timers at the mine about stuff from way back when. Seems like they're digging for info about some mystical arrays or whatever. Did they find the Signalis under there? The portal? Did they find anything? The miner says, I just remember there was this guy who spoke real nice, and a woman who was always smiling. They even helped treat my old man's illness. They were good people. Once they even said something about making progress in whatever they were doing. And then, well... Then everything went south, didn't it? All those things they tried probably didn't work out. If it had worked, maybe that disaster wouldn't have happened. If there really was such a deity, people wouldn't have died and families wouldn't have been torn apart. Xiaoguang says, besides the array, do you perhaps remember any other details around the time of the incident 10 years ago? Any detail would help. The miner says, other details? There is something I remembered recently. Last time I went to the Hollow, I just wanted to check out my old place. I got stuck before I could make it there, but I did spot these really nice looking white flowers blooming all over. Belle says, nice looking flowers? Nice looking white flowers? We've seen something like that before. The humble miner says, yeah, folks have been saying those white folks are a good sign that the miasma is receding. Come to think of it, I vaguely remember seeing something similar in the mine shafts where my folks worked, back when we lived in the mining district 10 years ago. The area around those white flowers was clean too. No trace of miasma in sight. Back then, I thought it was fun to hide next to those white flowers whenever I got into trouble with my folks. It felt oddly comforting. That's pretty much all there is to it. After that, the miasma outbreak happened and we couldn't even go home anymore. Not many survived. Some moved far away, others relocated here, and well, as time passed, we just lost touch. Come to think of it, it's quite a coincidence. Recently, besides you, well, you're my savior, so I might as well be honest. Someone else has asked me about that array stuff too. It was this young man who even gave me a fat stack of hush money, telling me not to breathe a word of this to anyone else. Said something about how this info was tied to some dangerous stuff, and they couldn't let more people get caught up in it. Young man, could it be Senior Ye? Xiaoguang says, what did he look like? Did he have brown hair, wear glasses, and was dressed in Yunkui's summit training attire? The miner says, huh? No, he was nothing like that. He was a tall, slim man in black clothes with black hair. There was this certain aura about him. He spoke politely and was quite generous too. If he hadn't saved me, I would have kept my lips sealed about him. Xiaoguang says, so it wasn't... Banyue says, don't feel down. We still made good progress on this trip. Let's check some other places and see what we can find. Just then, Ningqian's somewhat anxious voice comes from not far away. Is Ningqian being held up by someone? Let's go check it out right now. How are we stuck this bell in these cutscenes? Oh, okay. What's wrong here? What's the hold up? Hey, one sec. I haven't picked up this treasure chest yet. Ningqian says, I have important matters to attend to. Please stop pestering me. The fortune teller says, "Hey there, don't leave, friend. I just said I see darkness clouding your vision. There's some terrible malignance locked between those brows of yours." The fortune teller says, "If this great master's calculations are correct, you must have lost a close family member. This weighs heavily on your heart, and if left unresolved, great misfortune may befall you. Luckily, you've met me. For just 5,000 denies." Ning Qian says, "You... What the hell are you talking about? Get out of here." The fortune teller looks embarrassed, but quickly locks eyes with Xiaoguang, as if finding a new target. The fortune teller says, Hey there, young lady, you have a most spiritual aura. Come, let me read your fortune. We can work out a good price. It's fate that we met." The fortune teller says, This is terrible. A terrible omen. The stars have fallen, the moon is broken, your path is fraught with peril. Barely a glimmer of light to be seen in the dark. My lady, you may face a great calamity soon. To overcome this tribulation, you need... Banyue says, "What nonsense." We say, this acting needs some work. Xiaoguang says, "Mister, while I'm not great at divination myself, I have a master who's an expert. Khan is in the north, Li is in the south. I'm sorry, but your compass is wrong. And the positions of the Dui and Shun trigrams, they're not quite right either. You've got other matters to attend to, so we'll take our leave right now." The phony fortune teller says, "Why do I keep running into tough nuts and experts these days? That guy the other day saw right through me too. Even little girls aren't so easy to fool anymore. This gig's getting harder and harder to pull off." The fortune teller grows frustrated with embarrassment, recalling that tall, dignified young man in black from the other day. Wait, there's actually a model for him. He's gonna be playable, isn't he? The phony fortune teller says, "Young man, your face speaks of noble fortune, but, I see a hint of worry between your brows. Let this great master read the fortune I've laid out for you." One sec. The fortune teller says, "Hey, don't mess with that. Keep your hands off. Hands off, I say." Shi Yuan says, "Heh, victory at all costs." Shifu always said divination was my worst subject. Too restless and unfocused to get accurate readings. But this time, I choose to trust in my divination. If no word comes, then that wretched creature appears. I will give it my all. Why is everyone staring at Banyue, Shifu? The atmosphere is getting weirder and weirder. I'll suggest going back first. Xiaoguang says, "Huh? Right now? I actually wanted to look around some more, to see if there is anyone else my brother and I used to know." "Why don't you head back first? Don't worry, I'll be back soon." Xiaoguang is so focused on finding her brother that she hasn't even noticed the strange atmosphere. Alright, head back with Banyue Shifu first. Banyue says, "Very well." chattering crowd says, "Look, it really is that heap of scrap. Ashu must have been blind back then, bringing that thing back from the hollow and treating it like a person." The chattering crowd says, "Ashu treated it with such kindness, and look at how it repaid her. Just standing by and watching her die. No wonder they said it was a killing machine before. That thing's got no heart." The chattering crowd says, "Yeah, I mean, it didn't even that forbidden fruit test, or poor Ashu saved such a thing and brought it back, and now she's gone. And her only brother, no one's heard from him in years." We say, "Banyue Shifu, what on earth is this?" Banyue says, "Years ago, I committed an unforgivable sin. The evidence is irrefutable, beyond any dispute. Their resentment, their boundless hatred, it is the karma I deserve. I must bear it. One day I shall explain it all. Shall explain it all to you." You return to Suibian Temple with the Banyue. Nah, still not voiced? Come on, I've done all that reading. You could at least have these fucking cutscenes voiced, man. Mal says, "Banyue Shifu, about what just happened?" Banyue says, "My apologies. My unannounced visit disturbed others. The blame is mine. Please don't let it trouble you." If those words can ease even a bit of their pain, then it's a burden I should bear. Bal says, "I understand. I won't ask any further. But if you ever want to talk about it, I'll always be there to listen." Banyue says, "Thank you." Banyue gives you a grateful look while staying silent. Soon the others return. Everyone gathers to share what they've found.
So those white flowers we noticed
Finally, it's voiced.
also appeared before the miasma outbreak back then. Xiaoguang's intuition was right. If the white flowers are showing up again, it must be a sign of something. And the array that's been repeatedly mentioned, some of the survivors remember it, so it seems like it really does exist.
Whether Sarah is after the array for good deed for the day or not, we need to visit the old residential area near the mining site.
Agreed.
Is the white flowers kind of like a sign, like kind of calm before the storm type beat?
Xiaoguang, are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. If the leads brought us there, then it's time I faced the past.
All right. Once everyone's prepared, we'll set out.
Should we head out now? Alright. Let's go, girls. Can we... Oh,
What kind of fun job have you got me into this time?
can we run double...
What brings you here this time?
I'm running Ishwan. The crew deck is pretty good. I'm actually going through it right now on the side. You're still working? I'm actually going through the crew deck.
Master, the route has been mapped. Destination, the old mining site's residential area.
You're still working? What's happening?
Crumble!
Where the mind dwells, the sword follows. The next line of the
Typing doctor notes, I see.
As decreed!
Oh, finally got it right. Looks like our Xiao Guang is a bit off her game today. Did you do something bad last night and ended up whispering the spell to your pillow in your sleep?
The next part should be... stellar circulation? No, wait. It's... Huh? That's strange.
Xiaoguang, you don't look so well. Maybe we should take a break.
No need. I just got a little distracted. Maybe it's because I'm walking this familiar yet strange road again. My mind just can't quite keep up.
Are you sure you're all right? We can take a short break. There's no need to hurry.
The secrets hidden in that place aren't going anywhere. If you're not feeling well today, we can go another day.
I'm okay, really. Stellar circulation. Qingming leads the way. See? I just got distracted earlier. Let's keep moving.
Kinda know how to play Banyue now. I saw the combo. He's got a whole last like fighting game input.
There appears to be a barricade ahead.
The path's blocked again? Now I kinda understand those customer complaints that keep holding up the line. Spot an ethereal! Shout for help! I'll back you up!
End this hatred!
Get bald, get bald. Oh, what's happening here? Is Banyo a dad? Unc or Gramps? The father who stepped up. Dad. Actually, it's Yishuan that stepped up. He's Unc. He's actually Unc. He's actually Unc. Yishuan is the mom. He left the Ye siblings to the care of Yishuan. So Yishuan is actually the mom that stepped up. What the hell is this? Where's the cart? Oh, I need to break this first. What the hell is happening here? Ah, okay. There's something back there. But how do I... The fuck? Huh? Where's the cart?
Intercept!
I'm stupid. What the hell is happening here? There's something there. Fucking let me through. Investigate the obstacle. We have to investigate it first. Nylan's big ass thighs. An obstacle is blocking the bridge. Just like last time, find a minecart nearby. Yep.
Looks like we gotta clear these miasma tumors and find a minecart like last time.
How do I break it open? I don't see anything. There's something there. I'm fuck. What? Do I have to interact with this first?
I'm on it.
Step back. Let me handle this. To the skies!
I'm confused. Where are the things? Huh? Is the game broken for me? There's literally nothing to interact with here. Oh, there it is. There we go.
There's a control panel over there. Now we can head back and try operating the minecart.
God, these are
Hard to believe it still works after all these years.
minecart puzzles from Honkai Star Rail 1.0, man.
Heart into making these machines. Alrighty, now we're finally on track. Xiaoguang, why so quiet?
This bridge. I'll take a closer look once the rubble is cleared.
Belle, the other side of the bridge is where the residential area used to be.
This bridge leads to where Xiaoguang used to live.
This bridge. When we were kids, my brother loved bringing me to the middle of it to play. He said the view of the river was clearest from there. We'd always compete, whether that was who could throw a stone farthest or make a bigger splash. He always let me win. Back then, the bridge felt so long, like it went on forever, and it would never end. And on that day, 10 years ago, all I remember is it was dark and noisy. Screams and the sounds of things collapsing. And that suffocating feeling. Like I couldn't breathe or move at all. There was a figure. Tall and steady. Holding me and my brother. It felt safe and reassuring. But also cold.
Uncle Banyue.
The figure ran swiftly across the bridge, carrying us. I remember the bridge rushing by beneath us, the wind in my ears, and the sound of his heavy footsteps.
That figure was the one who saved you and Senior Ye, right? Do you still remember who it was?
No, I don't. But that was when I realized, in moments of danger, being saved, even in a slightly cold embrace, can bring such deep comfort.
Is that so?
Let's keep going. We'll cross this bridge with you, together, to the other side.
Those floating boulders. I feel like I've seen them before. They
What?
must have some special use.
They are floating.
Wish they'd fall someday and put an end to every creature that gets in our way.
Wait, why is this camera fixed?
Is it my shift again?
Nah.
Is the skin gotcha up in the girl front line?
The further we go, the more there are.
Get fingered, get fingered.
I'll back you up!
Mountains fall, earth shatters! Know your place! Hold it!
Reality and illusion.
Not a huge fan of the swimsuit skins. I need the Clue Guy skin! There seems to be more white flowers here compared to everywhere else we've been through.
Those stone lion statues over there. They're completely different from how I remember them. This place used to be so lively.
I love Dial-Ins. I love Dial-Ins like animations here.
Forward! Turn around!
Wait,
Smash them! Shoot! Intercept! Yeah!
the one that she goes on the ground.
Time truly is relentless. Just 10 years, and the statues over there have already eroded so much. The wind whistling through these empty windows almost sounds like weeping.
Hello, Sir Flash. How's it going? Good evening. It feels so empty and desolate.
It feels so empty and desolate.
I want to take a look around on my own for a bit.
That's probably for the best. Everyone should take a look around. Bonnier, I heard you used to come here to help out. Why are you so quiet now that you've returned? Bonnier?
Banyue remains silent, seemingly deep in thought.
Ever since we've entered this area, Shifu has been unusually quiet. Perhaps he sensed something.
The surface of the stone lion statue is covered in cracks. As Banyue gazes at its base, a stream of past memories flickers deep within his core. Hello, Sir Gagaman. How's it going? Good evening. How's it growing? Oh, it's growing. How's the pies? Ready for Thanksgiving? It's pretty funny because it's like all of my American contacts at work is just like pretty quiet, and everybody's just like taking the leave until like Monday, so it's pretty quiet at work. But most of my accounts are like Canadian anyway, so but I do have maybe like 15 more minutes for the cherries to be done. Oh, pie gaming. Wasn't it like last year when you had like a lot of like leftover pies? Pecan pie. Was it last year? You were like going through the leftover pies. Did we plan out better this year? Yeah, you did a ton last year, I remember. Yo, send me some. This year was only 19. It was better planned. Is it better planned this year? the amount of pies. That's still a lot of pies. Is it Friendsgiving or like family Thanksgiving? Oh, it's family, I remember. Is it family or Friendsgiving? Yeah, family on Thanksgiving, but I give out pies to friends. I see. I see. Viscous substance detected. Risk assessment 0%. Composition analysis fructose, plant fiber. Metal fingers sink into the orange-red pulp. Frosting sticking to the mechanical joints. Tactile feedback, contact with soft object. Classification, human gift. Oh, you gave them to your neighbors, but we hardly interacted and still don't know their names. But I'd be happy if one of my neighbors like dropped by and gave me some pie. You passed this year? Okay. I bet they were pretty happy to get some pie. Yo, HMU.
Here, take these. They're homemade dried persimmons. Really sweet.
Whoa, Mom! You can't see it, but he's not even sure if he can eat them.
Oh, thank you.
If you come all the way down here, you can have a pie. Nice.
See that? I told you he can understand us.
Thanks a lot, big guy. Because you helped clear the collapsed tunnel, the kids can all go home for dinner.
Here, this is for you.
Don't celebrate Thanksgiving. No, my Thanksgiving was last year. Canada. We celebrated like, I forget, last month. The Americans get theirs tomorrow. A pale wildflower is suddenly wedged into the joints of the mechanical arm. A strange warmth spreads along the arm plate. It's the heat from a human palm.
I don't know where you come from, and this old lady can't even see what you look like. This suit of armor feels awfully cold to the touch, but I know there's a warm heart beneath it all.
Are you able to tell us what we should call you?
That sounds familiar. Abnormal core temperature fluctuations. Aw. Cute. He's feeling the love. Purge unit type 0 command. Suppress miasma at all costs. Overridden. Banyue's core emotion module permanently activated. Mission name Rebirth. Ah, that's when he turned into, okay. And into an intelligent construct.
Don't push yourself, Dylan.
Wait, they have special lines with each other? What? Beep, beep, beep. Xiao Guang says the ethereals around here have been pretty much cleared out, I think. I'll take a walk by myself, see if I can find anything. Maybe we'll find something, we say. Banyue says, indeed, proceed with caution. All I need is Xiao Guang with me. Who abandoned me? Never mind. What the hell?
Huh?
Here Shuyuan says, this wave descent that you speak of. From your words, it sounds like not just anyone can pave it. Xiao Guang says, that silhouette. Shuyuan. Sarah says, of course. Only the devout, one who completely surrenders body and soul, anchoring themselves solely to their supreme will. can sense their presence and invoke their descent. Shiyuan says, "You're beating around the bush. Don't tell me you still don't trust me? I helped you locate the array, so you should give me more concrete details." Sarah says, "I've already said. When the creator descends, only I can determine where they'll appear. This is my sacred honor, and also a boundary that cannot be crossed. You need only follow in my footsteps. Even if someone were to tail us here like rats, trying to watch us in greed, it will all be in vain. If you go any further, you won't be able to hide that side of yourself anymore. Better face who you really are, Shiyuan. Just remember this, everything comes with a price. What you cherish, what you protect, what you fear to lose, perhaps they can all become the nourishment that feeds the new order." The illusion ends here. Sarah wishes she was Cristoforo. Is that voice? Come on now. Xiaoguang says, "That was a vision of my brother and Sarah?" This kind of thing has happened before, we say. Still not voiced, man. This patch is so chopped. The most chopped patch of all time. Belle says, "This has happened before. Something in me seems to trigger a reaction from the miasma, recreating these scenes from the past. But I'm not sure how it works or how accurate they are. If this is a recreation of the past, judging by where the visions appeared and what they said, the array is most likely somewhere beyond that door." Xiaoguang says, "The way my brother spoke, and that feeling of briefly touching the past, what we saw must have been a glimpse of something that really happened." Happy Turkey Day! Oh, is it already? Oh yeah. Happy Turkey Day. Xiaoguang says, "And the things he said? I know my brother better than anyone. He only speaks that way when he's calmly planning something in his head. There's no concrete evidence yet, but I think we can at least rule out the worst case scenario. My brother must have had other motives, just like we suspected. Will you trust me on this?" "I trust you, Xiaoguang, and I trust Senior Ye too." Yay! It's so weird how we call, like, we should be referring to him as Shiyuan, right? It sounds weird. Anyways, Belle says, "I trust your judgment, Xiaoguang, and I trust Senior Ye too. If we keep following their trail, I'm sure we'll figure out why he hasn't sent word back yet." Xiaoguang says, "Yeah, they went through this door. Xiaoguang pushed the door, but it wouldn't budge.
Huh. It seems to be locked.
How do you open it again? Back then, one of the neighborhood uncles set up a secret lock to keep the kids out. But later, some of the older kids overheard the password."
Xiaoguang, did you remember something?
I thought that after so many years, and with all the chaos back then, I wouldn't remember much. Yet the moment I got here, some memories just came back on their own. If we walk a bit further back and go upstairs, there should be a platform. Dad would sometimes sit there, and I'd run over, cling to his back, and ask him to tell me stories. He said every star was once an extinguished miner's lamp, and that the lumite ore mined from the tunnels was made from stars dreaming and falling to the earth. I later realized he feared the miners who died in the miasma would be forgotten. Just like now, how I'm afraid of forgetting his voice.
Suddenly not voiced. Xiaoguang says, "We know now that my brother and Sarah went beyond this door, but I don't want to break it or anything around. But I don't want to break it or anything around it unless it's absolutely necessary."
Why don't you check out the other places first? Let me think a bit. Maybe I'll remember.
Xiaoguang says, "When we regroup, if I still can't remember how to open it, then we can consider other ways to get through, okay?" Yeah, respect Xiaoguang's wish to protect her childhood home.
All right, I'll check other places first. Stay safe, and don't push yourself too hard.
Xiao Guang says this place brings back memories. The sunlit wall over there. Mom used to say that the part of the wall warmed by the sun was the coziest heater in the winter. One time I secretly buried my brother's clothes over there, hoping to warm them in the sun as a surprise for him. But I buried them so well that I couldn't even find them myself and ended up crying. Belle says, Xiao Guang, you really were a mischievous kid. Xiao Guang says, yeah, luckily Dad was there. He had a natural knack for finding things. He said that sunlight had hit the brick when I hid the clothes, and it remembered the location for me. Unfortunately, the clothes were already ruined when we dug them up. Mom and Dad just laughed, and my brother didn't blame me either. There I was, covered in dirt, bawling my eyes out like the little troublemaker I was. There used to be this big open space there. On hot days, the miners would set out long benches, sit together, and chat until the evening. The adults would fan themselves and talk while the children ran around chasing fireflies. Mom worried we'd run too far, so she taught me and my brother a little simple technique to make the fireflies form a trail of light. It wasn't anything powerful, just fun. It was like painting with light. I can almost still hear it. The blind old lady upstairs calling her family to come in for dinner, and the sound of the miners' lamps tapping on the footsteps as they The sound of the miners' lamp tapping on the steps as they return from work. Such warm memories. Belle says, "Oh, we need the Thanksgiving copy pasta right now." Wait, one sec. Which one's the best one? Gobble gobble! You turkey thought Hovember has finally come. Send this to 10 of your biggest stuffing sluts who want to be stuffed with that turkey. Wait, this one's nice. Gobble gobble. Wait, what's this? Oh. Xiao Guang says, yeah, they fought so hard to protect this place, to make it warm and welcoming, even if it was all later consumed by the miasma. Gobble gobble. What's happening here? Oh shit, I interacted with it. Maybe I shouldn't have. A corner with a strange vibe. Some of the building ruins and wall sections are unusually smooth, unlike natural breaks. The scratches look more like they were carved by some kind of shark wingtip. Are there any winged monsters around here? It's finger licking good. I could use some turkey bacon.
Do you hear the bones wailing? This shell has long been overloaded. You couldn't even feel the softness of flowers and grass. Why bother playing the fool who guards the spring? Why keep moving forward with a broken vessel? You still have an easier, happier choice. No more shackles of atonement. No more chains of duty. Exile into nothingness is the most complete repayment for those sins. It's you.
Banyue Shifu, what's wrong?
I think I just heard a strange, eerie voice.
Is it that weird voice Dylan mentioned before? If it's back again, is something off here?
Yes, I can sense extremely strong miasma behind these walls. That voice creeps in quietly and clouds the mind. It would be best to keep your guard up. I've also noticed something peculiar. The miasma is thick here, but when we approach the field of white flowers, it seems as if the corruption dissipates.
Now that you mention it, I have the same feeling. So the miasma thinning out like an ebbing tide isn't as natural as it looks. It's like the white flowers are guiding the miasma to collect in one direction.
One direction, you say? Bah, suddenly not voiced. Belle says strange white flowers, weird voices, something's definitely off in this hollow. Xiaoguang and I even saw visions near the door of Sarah and Senior Ye, heading deeper inside. If our guess is right, the array they were looking for should be in that same direction. Banyue says in that case, it's too dangerous to just rush in blindly. Let's wait for everyone to finish investigating, then regroup before deciding our next move. Wait, did that progress the story? Wait, there was still one. Okay. Is that Shuyuin? Where's Dylan? Let's talk to Dylan first.
Go on. Hate. The monster who stood by and let death through.
A place once filled with children's laughter and joy, now covered by a thick layer of dust. Even after being abandoned for years and ravaged by disaster, you could still clearly feel the dedication of its original designers. Every inch of this small area was carefully planned out, just to carve out a small lively playground for the next generation amidst this harsh mining district life. It stubbornly resists being forgotten, announcing it to the world that people once strived so hard to put down roots and live here, infusing joy and hope into their ordinary days. Ring, ring, ring.
Ugh, it's so quiet here. It's giving me the creeps. Dylan, have you found anything?
What? This is giving Chisa and Rover by the swings.
Quiet. Huh. I suppose so. But in a place where people struggle just to get by, quiet can mean something else. Either too hungry to speak, or holding their breath to what's happening outside. If it weren't swallowed by the hollow, even an abandoned place like this would still have some signs of life. The scurrying of mice inside the walls, the drip of leaking pipes, and the wind whistling through the broken window cracks.
It is a nice scene. That's what I really appreciate about Zenless Zone Zero. These like comic book art style CGs. Dylan's calm expression shifts, replaced by a complex gaze blending concentration with a strange sense of understanding. She hesitates for a moment, showing a hint of confusion.
Under what circumstances would a person feel thankful toward their killer?
Thankful? Towards their killer? That's pretty heavy. Why ask something like that all of a sudden? Did you hear something again?
I asked first. Aren't you going to answer my question?
Thanking their killer.
It's kind of a...
Maybe it's for a sense of release? Like when someone's trapped in despair and suffering.
It's kind of a fucked up question to just like throw casually at. in a casual conversation.
Or perhaps it marks the end of revenge, making the killer live on with that guilt. That's a punishment harsher than death. There's another possibility.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Sometimes, only by dying yourself can the person you care about most keep on living.
Only by dying yourself can the one you care about most keep on living?
Actually, I kind of get that. Belle speaking about her sensei. I actually get that though. The swing comes to a stop and Dylan seems lost in thought. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I wanted to say, but it's a kind of a deep... That one kind of hits hard. Elderly people who prefer death so their families don't have to keep spending time and money to care for them. That's what I wanted to say, but it's a little bit heavy. Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? Dylan says, what's wrong? I want to chat more with you. Dylan says, if you got any questions for me, now's your chance to ask. About your motives, we say. Dylan says, you noticed, didn't you? In the hollow, I could indeed hear voices left behind by the dying. This is my power and a tool to achieve my goals as a Krampus judge. To uncover the truth. Judge? Ring, ring, ring. Dylan says, looks like Senior Zhao hasn't properly introduced us yet. Since the famous Phaethon is now considered an ally of Krampus, I guess there's no harm in telling you. Where the branches fall, judgment awaits. We are the core members of Krampus with a talent and authority of auditing and judgment. Sounds pretty badass, we say. Auditing? Auditors? I've always wanted to be an auditor. Join an auditor firm. It's kind of a pain in the ass because you have to travel so much, so maybe not. Dylan says, but don't think of us as some rigid uniform organization. We're way more interesting than that. In Krampus, as long as one etches their duty to the mission into their bones, every judge can wield their own unique gauge. The same mission can play out differently in the hands of different judges. The way it's interpreted, the standards of execution, the focus of evaluation, everything varies based on the gauge we hold in our hearts. Pretty cool, right? Way more fun than just following orders like a robot. And much more dangerous, we say. Truth is my only gauge, Dylan says. In your opinion, which is more trustworthy? The words of someone standing alive before you who can talk endlessly, or the final confessions of those teetering at death's edge? Which is closer to the truth? Depends on the situation, we say. Dylan says, but for me, everything in my past has proven that the promises of the living are cheap, while the curses of the dead are all too real. Perhaps it's only when we plummet completely into nihility, when there's nothing left to grasp, that we truly shed all our masks, calculation, and the lies born from our survival instincts. In that moment near death, what's revealed is often the most primal truth that a person can no longer twist or sugarcoat for themselves. Though sounds, though faint, broken and thick with a stench of bloody foam, are like the clearest dewdrops on a spider's web, revealing carefully concealed patterns. She got all poetic all of a sudden. Looking at it the other way, a cunning living person's every move, every word is like a carefully woven web, making it impossible to see clearly. So proxy. Sometimes it's worth paying attention to echoes from the past. When the time comes to repay those debts of deceit, will you stand by my side? After all, I really don't want to be your enemy. We could be oomphs. Belle says, I feel like there's more to this than you let on. Who are you gonna judge this time? Dylan says, now is not the time to reveal everything. But what I can tell you, Proxy, is that I'm not your enemy. Before we piece together the full truth ourselves, there is nothing wrong with indulging in a moment of peace. Alright, Q&A is over. Go check out some of the other places. Dylan has this like whole light and dark thing going on for her, not just her aesthetic, but the thing that's up with her. Anyways, show you one. Echoes, you say? It's like we're in a sonorosphere. That's why I've been saying that, like, Zenless Zone Zero's Ghost Riders, or maybe the other way around, that Wuthering Waves Ghost Riders is actually, like, the same as Zenless Zone Zero's. Shuyuan says, why is there still no response? If it comes to that point, then I'll have no choice but to. Another illusion. Senior Ye seems to be secretly waiting for something.
Let's return to the central area up ahead and regroup with everyone.
What the hell is that? That's new.
Why are there sacrifices here? I've never seen ones like these. Could it be Sarah's doing?
This one bears a strange aura.
Why does it...
What is it? What?
Concentrate.
Intercept!
Eternal vigil.
Premium support!
Your fate is sealed. Swift yet still. Shift.
This thing's actually pretty sturdy. What the hell?
Pay close attention to what I'm saying.
Yin and yang.
Break!
An opportunity. Clarity and
Got one for
inference.
complaints. One instant. A thousand visions. Spot in the theory.
The miasma here is so intense.
Such a vicious... That attack's dangerous. Don't rush in. Find a way to counter it.
Whoa.
Save your lessons for your obedient little students.
The girls are fighting.
Cycle of yin and yang.
Creator's voice.
We will be pulling for Linne. How do you pronounce her name? Liney? Linne? Linne? Toki Wuthering Waves? She's got a cool bike. Linne. Linny. After sacrifices are defeated.
Hear the creators call.
The miasma's getting thicker. Be careful.
Are you still chasing the so-called truth? Enough sneaking around! Show yourself! Don't forget, you once chased after the delusion. But it's more devastating than an outright lie.
Hurry up and pack your stuff. What's there to be so sentimental about in this dump? It's all gonna be swallowed by the hollow anyway.
Is that Umfi Dylan?
What's the rush? Didn't city management say they've hired some powerful medium? They said we just need to draw a lot and it'll all be fine.
Let's go. Time to draw lots. Fong, where's that little tag-along of yours?
Auntie Fong. It's me. Why are you hiding here? You haven't eaten, have you? Everyone's gone ahead already.
Cute.
We should go too once you've eaten something.
Those people were just talking about drawing lots. What's that?
Ah, don't be scared.
Cute.
I'm right here for you.
Moonfie Dialin, cute.
That drawing lots thing is just for show. Nothing's going to happen to you, Dialin.
Evacuate? Nonsense. If we just choose one person, use them as a shell, and borrow their life, I can guarantee everyone's safety. Each person values their own life. That's precisely why we are drawing lots to decide. All right, fair and square. Everybody's happy. The heavens have already made their choice.
Dialin got the short end.
It is you, unlucky girl.
Don't be sad, Auntie Fong. I'm okay.
I just wanted to live! Why?
This is the end. It's too late now. Too late! All I ever wanted was just to live an ordinary life.
The fuck is happening here? Were they feeding people to the damn hollow?
My last wish.
Alive. You were already dead, and I'm going to die soon.
That trick. Who knows how many times they pulled that one? Now, we're all gonna die!
I should have evacuated. Why did I ever believe that crap about a shell and borrowing lives? Those scamming bastards! And that old wretch who made us draw lots. They'll pay for this with their lives!
Draw lots. Scamming. Oh, going to die. Auntie Fong! No, I have to think. Figure out a way to get out of the hollow. I must warn her.
Over here! This way!
Follow these voices. I have to get out. I have to tell Auntie Fong. That medium and those people from the outside, they're lying.
How could this happen?
What?
Where are the people from the city construction company? Help!
Didn't you say if that kid drew the lot, everything was gonna be fine?
What the fuck is happening here?
It was your idea. What do you have to say about this?
I thought I'd found someone to die in our stead, but who could have known?
Dylan! 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 Dylan!
What? What's happening? Ah, this is the rewrite. Even affected the CGs? You're kidding me. Belle says, "Are you okay? I kept calling your name, but you wouldn't respond. What happened? You..."
I'm fine. I fell into their trap. I got careless. Dylan, Banyue Shifu, are you alright?
After that sacrifice disappeared, you both just froze in place. No matter how we tried to get your attention, you wouldn't respond. We were really worried.
Was that voice back again?
Yes.
What did it say?
Just alluring whispers meant to worm into my mind, trying to tempt me into giving away my power.
Huh. Could it mean the creator's call? That the sacrifice mentioned was really from the actual creator? But why is the voice only targeting me and Banyue?
You guys really haven't heard anything since we entered this area? A voice that sounds like your own whispering in your head?
I mean, that happens all the time.
No, I haven't heard anything like that. But when you two froze, the Qingming sword reacted slightly in its case. The case was sealed by Shifu herself. This is the first time I've seen it react like that.
That's even more interesting. Seems something else in this hollow has had its eye on us while we've been searching for the array in Yashuyan. Who knows why it's here, but whatever it is, chances are it's not some merciful deity. Anything that messes with our minds like that isn't here to save anyone.
There's an unknown presence lurking in this hollow. Even someone as strong as Banyue Shifu got caught by it.
Xiaoguang says, I really want to keep following my brother's trail, but...
This isn't the time for me to be reckless. With so much at stake, and for everyone's safety, we should report back to Yunquei Summit before proceeding further. Shifu and the elders know Limnian Hollow better than anyone. Someone may know what's behind all this.
Xiaoguang's right.
Xiaoguang's got a point. Plus, the miasma is really thick behind the barrier, and that weird voice could come back any time. We'd better get out of here.
I agree. Having that voice keep crawling into my head, it's starting to get on my nerves.
Banyue Shifu? Well, what do you think?
Banyue takes one last look at the sealed gate and nods. After returning to the Sabian temple, Xiaoguang tells the mystic there what's going on.
So you're Ye Xingguang, the one who inherited the Qingming sword at a young age. I've heard that your talent really stands out among the younger generation of Yunquei Summit, and that you might even be the most likely to become a Void Hunter.
That's more praise than I deserve. Everyone, it was my recklessness that kept me from realizing how serious the situation was. I shouldn't have kept things from you. I owe all of you a sincere apology.
Sorry, everyone. I wanted to wait until we had some leads on Senior Ye's whereabouts before telling the truth. I never thought we'd come across something like that weird miasma fluctuation.
After our trip to the Hollow, I understand just how serious the situation really is now. It concerns the safety of Waifei Peninsula, so I can't hide things anymore.
Well, Xiaoguang says, but please trust me. Though I don't have evidence to prove it, my brother must have had a reason for covering his tracks and for being seen alongside Sarah. I know he wouldn't betray us.
We grew up together. No one knows him better than I do. He's honorable and loyal. He would never abandon his morals or hurt others for selfish gain.
I think the rewrites might have had something to do with Shuyuan instead of being about Xiaoguang.
Xiaoguang, Junior, we understand how you feel. We all know what kind of person Senior Ye is. We've already contacted Yishuan Shifu. She's tied up with some other important matters at the moment, but she'll head here as soon as she can. Until then, the decision rests with her.
Thank you for your trust. There's no need to be so formal. Just call me Xiaoguang like before. And please, help us get to the bottom of the abnormal miasma fluctuation before Shifu arrives.
She really is our... Yishun really is our Gojo. She's gone when things are getting rough. But I mean, I think she's actually helping... Shuyuan out. Because Shiyuan, I think, was actually waiting for Yishuan when we were trying to recall his echo. I think he might have been in contact with Yishuan. I don't know if that's like, I don't know. That might be something that's involved with the rewrites or something. I feel like rather than the rewrites being about Xiaoguang, I think it's actually about Shuyuan. I think they might have turned it around and made him playable. They weren't planning to make him playable, maybe, but it looks like they might have rewritten it so that Shiyuan will become playable. Was he supposed to die? Is that what they're rewriting? I feel like that might actually be the case. You can't fucking make up their mind.
Of course, we'll do everything we can. But Xiaoguang, for now, you should remain here at Suiban Temple. Junior Belle, please stay with her.
Huh? Yushuan Shifu specifically requested that you not take part in the investigation under any circumstances.
What? But...
I'm sorry. We'll head out and start investigating with the other mystics at first light tomorrow. You just wait here for our return, all right?
Oh shit. Ah! I got the Endora skin. Boy, I don't even have her. Guaranteed to obtain Cerulean Breaker and 90 access. How much is it? Wait, maybe... Oh, you can buy the singular parts of the outfit? That's actually pretty cool. How to get more of these? What the fuck? Oh man. Anyways, with that, Qingyuan leaves together with the other disciples. Xiaoguang is left standing there, hands clasped tightly together, her expression clouded with helplessness.
It's always like this.
Banyue says Yishuan Shifu was worried. Xiaoguang says, worried about my safety. I understand. I've always understood. Shifu cares for me deeply. That's daughter. She actually is the mama that stepped up. Xiaoguang says even with Shifu's personally crafted seal on the sword case, she's constantly worried. Worried that the power of the Qingming sword might spiral out of control. Worried that I might end up like her sister, High Preceptor Yijiang. But having to stay behind everyone, being kept safe, watching everyone else face danger while I can only wait, it's just... Dylan says, with that gloomy look on your face, you hardly seem like the Ye Shengguang I know. Being able to face any situation with composure, isn't that the kind of person you are? Wai says, Xiaoguang, you're too tense. After everything that happened today, what you need most right now is to get some proper rest and recharge. Yeah, how about we rest for now, we say. Let's get ready to receive tomorrow's news in tip-top shape. Xiaoguang says, sorry, I've troubled everyone again. Let's all get some rest today. Oh, bench. Check in on her. Xiaoguang says, haven't gone to bed yet? Belle says, I just wanted to come see you again. Shengguang says it's alright. Xiaoguang says it's alright. I was just feeling a bit down again. But after everyone's comforting words, I'm feeling much better now. At least those 2 illusions today gave us a clearer picture. You must be exhausted from running around with me these past couple of days. Please go get some rest. Right, Bedge. Why is Belle in her... There we go. Appropriately dressed for the temple. Bedge. After a long day, the bed seems to whisper, "Come rest your mortal coil. That's what you're meant to do right now." Like falling into clouds, gently sinking, surrounded by tenderness, you drift off into dreams. But under the cover of night, there are still those who remain awake in Phylum Heights.
Huh.
Sarah says, "Well, this is unexpected. You let that insignificant little pawn go free? Such mercy. Doesn't quite fit the image of someone hell-bent on revenge, ready to die alongside their nemesis." Ningqian says, "They're just an insignificant pawn. They have minimal intel and their life or death won't affect the bigger picture. No need to cut off every loose end." Sarah says, "On the path to meet the Creator, any impious noise must be thoroughly purified. Just like those traitors who once basked in divine grace yet harbored doubts, daring to commit blasphemy, they are now very quiet. Utterly quiet. As for you, showing mercy to even a little pawn, how can I trust you won't go soft on Banyue at the crucial moment? Or perhaps hesitate when it comes to your own ending?" Ningqian says, "Whether you trust me or not means nothing to me. I've said it before, making Banyue pay in blood is my punishment for him, and the ending I've written for myself." Sarah says, "You're sharing in the same punishment as him? Ha ha ha, how ironic. Don't tell me you're still clinging to that pathetic illusion of a master-disciple bond? Don't make me laugh." Ningqian says, "Cut the pointless probing. We're just using each other to get what we want. My decisions are none of your business. Don't get too hung up on your so-called god puppet. Better pay attention to those you keep in your company. For your sake, you'd better pray your creator is really as omniscient as you claim." Sarah says, "You mean Ye Shiyuan? His little schemes are insignificant. The creator has foreseen his fangs, and I shall be the final link to fulfill the creator's prophecy. Ye Shiyuan's very existence, his every choice, even those futile acts of defiance, all will be woven into the grand tapestry, becoming a distinct stroke of color in this final masterpiece. Everything will return at journey's end." Freerun? The lingering warmth of conspiracy gradually dissipates in the morning light of Phylum Heights. A new day dawns upon Sabian Temple, still unaware of last night's undercurrent, carrying mysteries and looming threats. Since I'm awake, I'm gonna go check on Xiaoguang first, Belle thinks. Is that Beelion and Bowlion bickering outside? Might as well check it out. Stop fighting! The twins. Huh. One sec. Beelion says, "Bowlion, this is all your fault. You troublemaker, setting this bad precedent. Bowline says, hey, you dare slander me. What have I done wrong, pray tell? Beelion says, it must have been you sneaking down the mountain, getting that rebellious example. Setting that rebellious example that made Master Xiaoguang's heart waver for adventure outside the mountain. Bowline says, what slander? How could you know that about the passing of time in the mountains or Master Xiaoguang's state of mind while you've been guarding Sabian Temple all these years? I know for sure this is about seeking one's true heart. Bowline says, just like the protagonist of that supreme manual I've been studying, sword ascending the 9 heavens, even knowing the path is rough, I shall forge ahead with both sword and heart. Talking like a chuny. Bowline says, such spirit. How similar it is to my own noble quest of braving the world outside the mountain to seek my path and overcome tribulation. Both are acts of pure romance. How magnificent, how splendid. Beeline says, have you forgotten what Master Xiaoguang carries, that Qingming sword? A deadly weapon that drinks memories and devours the 5 senses? Bowline says, well, yes, I know. Bowline says, I humbly believe that only by tasting all the world's delicacies and witnessing all of life's splendors can one achieve true enlightenment to resist the sword's side effects. This is tempering one's sword heart through mortal experiences. This is just like some... Beeline says, you never used to talk like this before. How many cultivation web novels did you read? You're so cheesy, it's making my bamboo components get goosebumps. Whatever the fuck these bamboos are talking about. I'll just... Show me where Xiaoguang is. I don't care about you two fucking bickering. Don't make me read. Don't fucking make me read. Stop making me read. I'm not even joking. Hoyoverse needs to end that fucking project where they're using, like, I don't know, I forget what the title was. I forget what the title for it was. Was it like something V? Hoyoverse new project. I don't give a shit about it. Like Varsapura, whatever the fuck that means. Using Unreal Engine 5. Like, give me my Zenless Zone Zero voice lines back. I'm not even kidding. Just drop that project right now. Give me my Zenless Zone Zero voice lines now. Xiaoguang stands alone silently, her red ribbon as striking as when she first walked into Sabian Temple. Only now she seems weighed down she's weighed down by many unspoken thoughts. Call her senior just this one time.
Morning, Senior Xiaoguang.
Morning. Wait, why senior all of a sudden?
Oh, I was just thinking of when we first met. You really liked it when I called you Senior. Now that you don't have to keep your identity hidden, we might as well bring it back. It really suits you.
All right, Junior Bell.
Present, Senior Xiaoguang.
A faint smile softened Xiaoguang's face. Is this a shopping trip? The shopping date?
I'd better keep Xiaoguang occupied and make sure she doesn't go off on her own until Yishuan Shifu gets here.
That voice. Belle says, the weather's really nice today. Wanna go for a walk with me? Come to think of it, I've never shown you around before.
Then I'll be counting on you as my guide.
Xiaoguang says, should we head out now? Need to prep anything? Wait, what? Belle says, Belle thinks, alright, I prepared some casual clothes for Xiaoguang's for Xiaoguang based on Fairy's lifestyle preference analysis report. Maybe I should persuade Xiaoguang to change into them now. It might help lift her mood. Belle says, "Want to change into something casual?" Xiaoguang says, "Huh? Casual? Right now?" After explaining to Xiaoguang, though she's a bit shy, she still nods gently and goes back to her room to change into the dress. Cute! Wait, I missed Nimi's second Fear and Hunger stream. Xiaoguang says after changing clothes, Xiaoguang's eyes hold a mix of sweet awkwardness and a subtle hint of anticipation. Belle says, "That dress looks great on you." Xiaoguang says, "Really? That's a relief. I was worried it might seem too childish, not quite fitting for a senior. She kind of reminds me of Aerith for some reason." Her brown hair, the pink outfit, very Aerith, Final Fantasy VII. Yeah. Belle says, "You look super sweet and approachable now." Who's my favorite character? I don't even know. Who is my favorite character in this game? I like everybody. I have plenty of love for a lot of the characters in this game. Xiaoguang, cute. How the hell are they gonna work her combat animations with this outfit? Like, it's way too cutesy, way too casual for like a combat outfit. Xiaoguang says, "Yum Chasen? From the looks of it, it's a pretty big tea house. Want to check it out?" Belle says. "Yeah, it's always packed. They've got all kinds of intel and the food's amazing. Want to check it out, Xiaoguang?" Xiaoguang says, "Yes, please."
I once came here for a banquet with some big shots, but between you and me, the food they served those VIPs wasn't nearly as good as their regular dishes.
Oh, really?
Oops. I hope no one heard that. Sweetie, how's it going? I hope business is booming. Got any recommendations today?
Another regular customer. Welcome! Is this young lady a friend of yours? She's got the aura of a true connoisseur. Would you like to try our seasonal special?
I can faintly smell some osmanthus in the air. How lovely.
That would be our Moonveil Osmanthus cake, fresh out of the oven. They're made with the very first golden blossoms picked just this morning. Soft, sweet, melts in your mouth. I guarantee it's a taste you'll never forget. Osmanthus cakes always bring back memories of loved ones. This batch is limited, reserved for only our regular customers. And you won't find it on the banquet menu.
So she heard us.
Osmanthus cake.
Osmanthus wine.
Belle, would you like to try it?
Osmanthus cake is often used as a symbol of remembrance. Xiaoguang must be thinking about Senior Ye again. Sure. After smelling the aroma before we even walked in, how could we resist? Just hearing you describe it already made me want to eat some.
I guarantee you'll be satisfied. We have seats upstairs. This way!
What's your favorite preferred Chinese food? I don't know. I love hot pot. whatever you could put in hot pot. Pork collagen base. A lot of lamb slices. Dumplings. Filled with roe. Generally hot pot. Wouldn't be considered Chinese food because hot pot is a way of eating rather than or food preparation rather than actual Chinese food. Sweetie says the second floor is bustling. What do you say? Want to head up and check it out? Let's go right now.
Come on, over here! Come take a look!
Wonder who Xiao Guang's like voice actor is. The storyteller's voice resonates through the air with a powerful energy. Soon the tale reaches its climax. But listening carefully to the content, the protagonist of this story happens to be Xiao Guang.
Oh?
Xiao Guang says, "Is this gentleman talking about me?" Belle says, "Let's keep listening together." The storyteller recounts Xiao Guang's tales at Yunquei Summit with great relish, words flowing like a river as if they had been there to witness it all firsthand. Xiao Guang says, "That's an exaggeration. The storyteller is making it sound so dramatic with all those embellishments. This is so embarrassing. I'm dying here." Xiao Guang says, "Oh right, let's hurry and try those mantis cakes Sweetie mentioned. They'd sell out if we wait too long. Come on, let's go." The storyteller is still up on the stage, talking up a storm, completely oblivious that the protagonist of this table just ran off in panic. Fuj. The bamboo steamers are stacked high, with freshly steamed dim sum still warm on the table. I could use some dim sum right now. Their sweet and savory aroma wafting through the air. You can smell a gentle, yet unmistakable sweet osmanthus fragrance. Like capturing a scene of blooming osmanthus trees and these delicate, crystal-like desserts on the table waiting to be savored. Yummers. Yummers. You share the osmanthus cakes with Xiao Guang.
So, what do you think?
I was gonna ask you the same. It's fragrant, sweet, and soft. Here, have a few more pieces.
Osmanthus cake goes best with tea. The tea helps to cleanse the palate. I wonder if some memories are like tea leaves that drift to the bottom of the cup, sinking so deep that they never surface again.
Oh no, she's spiraling. The depths of Xiao Guang's eyes carry a mix of hope and anxiety. Very hard to read.
Memories aren't like reflections in a teacup. Even when the tea leaves sink to the bottom, they can still float back up if something stirs them one day. Xiao Guang, what is it you're trying to say?
It's nothing. It just feels like time's been slipping by so fast.
Miss, is the taste of our Moonvale Osmanthus cake to your satisfaction? It's your first time here. I hope you'll forgive us if the service falls short.
You're too kind, Miss Sweetie. The cake is excellent. Sweet, but not cloying. The osmanthus fragrance blends beautifully without overwhelming the rice's natural flavor. It melts in the mouth and is baked the perfect amount of time to bring out both texture and aroma.
She's a foodie?
A true connoisseur. You've nailed it exactly.
Hardly. I just like making desserts myself every now and then. If I had to guess, in addition to fresh osmanthus preserved in honey, you added a touch of roasted sticky rice powder to the filling? It gives the texture a bit more spring. And at the end, Did you add a sprinkle of candied kumquat peel? There's a light citrus note that lingers.
Whoa, spot on!
She's a foodie.
The sticky rice powder keeps it tender but gives it structure. And the candied kumquat peel is the final flourish. You're a true gourmet, miss. Impressive. Very impressive. Yumcha Scene always welcomes guests who appreciate the craft. Please, make yourself at home. I'll leave you two to it. Just call me if you need anything.
Sweetie leaves with a smile on her face.
Xiaoguang, you even know all that? You're like an expert.
I wouldn't call myself an expert. I used to watch Senior Inhu cook back at Yunquei Summit. I thought it was fun, so I picked up a little here and there. Later, I started experimenting with some desserts of my own. But at first, the things I made were really something else. My brother, Shifu, Senior Fufu, and Senior Inhu all ended up as my first victims.
She killed them.
My brother would always tease me, saying eating my desserts was part of his training, tempering the mind through hardship.
Senior Ye is such a gentle person. He must have been even more patient with you.
Yeah, he always looked out for me. Even though he was just a kid himself, he'd always give in to me, and he almost never got angry.
Shuyuan is a Siscon. Classic Siscon.
He taught me so much. I still remember when I first arrived at Yunquei Summit. I was mischievous, made a big mistake, and just hid. I was too scared to face anyone. My brother was the one who found me. He didn't scold me. He just asked, an elder at the end of his years, and a young man with his whole life ahead of him. If you could only save one of them, which do you choose? In a famine, a single bag of grain could keep a person alive, but a rare manuscript carries the wisdom of centuries. If only one can be preserved, which do you choose? And when facing a calamity, do you cling to safety and protect yourself? Or do you stand and fight to save others, even against impossible odds? Which do you choose?
Stand and fight.
Ugh. Why did he ask such a difficult question? There's no clear answer.
Yeah. I was so young I didn't know what to say, and it made me want to cry. Those questions felt cruel, like they were tearing my heart apart. But my brother said it wasn't about a clear answer. It was about seeing what you truly want to protect and understanding its weight. He told me that our parents always said, the hardest part isn't making the choice, it's living with it afterward. There's no perfect path in this world. Some choices are responsibilities we have to shoulder. When the time comes, be brave. Do what must be done, and you'll carve your way through the thorns onto your own path. I didn't fully understand what he meant back then. I'm not even sure if I do now.
He really put a lot of thought into what he said. I'm sure he'd be glad knowing you could reflect on it so calmly now.
I trust him, just as he trusts me. Right now, my brother has his own reasons for what he has to do. And I have my own reason for why I have to find him.
Chuyuan is out there fighting for his fucking life, and we're taking his little sister out on a date.
Sorry, I've been rambling again.
You can always tell me these things. I'm your junior after all.
What? Xiaoguang says, at times like this you feel more like the senior. I've got to do better as your senior so you can rely on me more. Like you said, you're my precious junior after all.
Let's talk about something more cheerful. Everyone's been working so hard lately. Banyue Shifu, Dylan, Ningqian, you, and the others at Swabian Temple. I want to thank everyone properly. What do you think about me putting together thank you dinner and gathering everyone around the fire for the night?
That's a great idea. Everyone's been looking forward to your cooking. I'll let Dylan, Banyue Shifu, and Ningqian know right away. Once Senior Song Tao and the others are back from their investigation, I'll pass it on to them too.
Xiaoguang says, alright, it's about time I express my gratitude. Let's go. What time is it? Still pretty early. As Xiaoguang and Yu leave Yumcha-sin, preparing to head back to Sabian Temple. Xiaoguang says, over there, it's Senior Qingyuan and Senior Song Tao. Looks like we've got new intel. Come on, let's go check it out. Why is Senior Qingyuan kinda...
Junior Bell, Xiaoguang!
You're back! Is everyone alright? Any progress in the investigation?
Don't worry, everyone's fine. We ran into a little trouble on the way, but we managed to find some leads.
Thank you, everyone. You've worked so hard.
Don't mention it. It's our duty as Swabian Temple disciples. Xiaoguang, I'm glad you're feeling better. Thanks to you, Junior Bao.
Thanks to all of you. Xiaoguang was just saying how hard you've all been working, and she wants to host a small thank you dinner at Swabian Temple tonight. She'll even do the cooking. She's planning to invite everyone for a cozy evening chat around the fire.
Haha, a gathering by the fire, with Xiaoguang's cooking no less.
Yeah, my cooking isn't the greatest, but I hope you'll join us.
That's really thoughtful of you, Xiaoguang, but I'm afraid we can't tonight.
Huh?
No.
We have good news.
Oh, good news, okay.
Thanks to the intel you gave us, we pinned down several key spots tied to the abnormal miasma fluctuations. We've even found leads on the ancient array. Some disciples have already been stationed at the old mining site. The full report's been sent to Yishuan Shifu. She should be coming to Waifei soon to help.
To ensure everyone's safety, we'll rotate disciples to guard the key locations, keeping a close watch for anything suspicious. Xiaoguang, as the wielder of the Qingming sword, your role is too important. Until Yishuan Shifu arrives, please, stay here in the temple and keep yourself safe. Leave the investigation to us.
Keep yourself safe.
You guys take it easy tonight. When this is all over, we'll celebrate together properly, okay?
But...
Come on now, don't feel bad. This was everyone's choice. We all have something we want to protect. Waifei Peninsula's peace, the safety of our disciples. Only when you're safe, Xiaoguang, can we carry out our mission without worry. Protecting you is protecting the future for all of us. So now, how about a smile?
Okay, I understand.
That's better. We'll get Bowlion and go switch shifts with the others now. See you later.
Song Tao, Qingyuan, and Bowlion head off, full of spirit.
Don't worry, Xiaoguang. We're finally starting to see some progress. That's a good sign.
Yeah, let's head back too. I still need to figure out what to cook tonight.
They keep sidelining Xiaoguang. I just gotta feel bad. Xiaoguang takes the first step towards Xiyuyan Temple, her back straight and steady. The setting sun casts a long shadow behind her, echoing the tangled feelings in her heart. Meanwhile, in unassuming corner of Phylum Heights, Dylan and Zhao are exchanging intel.
Here, the intel on Sarah. Grew up in an orphanage near a hollow. When the place got shut down by the city, she vanished for a few years. Then reappeared for a couple months before disappearing again. The next time she showed her face publicly, she was already moving under the banner of the Exaltists.
Vanished for a few years?
Here is where it gets interesting. Word is, during those few months when she reappeared, she stormed into Hand headquarters multiple times, insisting she was part of some special investigation squad under HSO.
Huh? Zhao says she said every member but her was wiped out in an accident.
But Hand said no such squad ever existed. No record of her anywhere either.
Huh. A ghost squad that doesn't exist? When you spend your days fielding customer complaint calls, little stories like that are the highlight of the shift. And stories like that always go one of two ways. Either the woman lost her mind, or the squad's whole purpose was to be buried from the start.
So you think there's something fishy here too?
Suddenly not voiced again. Dylan says it's just a guess, and I wouldn't dare spread anything like slander against the city administration. Besides, this information doesn't really help us with what we're trying to find out.
Fair enough. A woman forever without a place to belong, falling into some delusion's embrace. A textbook tragic story. Nothing worth dwelling on. What is worth our attention is the creator she clings to. More and more signs point to something hidden in the hollow that we don't understand yet. I've already reported to the boss. We'll just have to wait for orders before making our next move. Oh, I need to remind you of something else. The higher-ups know about the abnormal miasma fluctuation, too. They don't want Waifei Peninsula destroyed. There's too much value here. Which means this mess is also part of your job now.
Those old men at Tops really know how to hand out impossible missions. This was supposed to be a simple recovery job. Without me even realizing, I've been saddled with another thankless task.
I've already found out that the array described in the ancient tome dates back over 100 years. Built to suppress miasma. You're welcome, by the way. The array works by absorbing miasma. You just need to pour a large amount of ether energy into the core. But what most people don't know is, to keep the ethereal sealed inside from breaking loose, the array raises a barrier that traps whoever activates it. Which means anyone who becomes the key is essentially sacrificing themselves.
Huh. Dylan says Yeshuyuan's parents once investigated the array, and he knows far more than his sister. Now it seems the secret lies deep within the old mining site. Could Sarah be planning to make Yeshuyuan the key?
It's not impossible. That means there's another way for your mission to kill two birds with one stone. I'm sure you've already thought of it.
Zhao says, what if you find the array with him and get Banyue to become the key? Use it to activate the array, suppress the miasma, and in doing so, drain its power dry. That's a rewrite. Next line will be voiced.
Then, when it can't hold out any longer, you step in and take its core. Simple as that.
That's a rewrite right there. Do they have little faith in the players not being able to infer that they're planning to use Banyue here? Do they have that little faith in the fucking player's ability, the average player's ability to read?
And that girl, Yeshuan Guang, I can tell you've taken a liking to her, even if you won't admit it. So, Why not?
Because that's how it comes off to me.
Better while you're at it. What's wrong? You're hesitating?
No, it's just, as the one responsible for retrieving the core, I have to make absolutely sure it's secure.
Remember, the orders were clear. If recovery fails, destroy it on the spot. Unless you've got other concerns? Or should I say, excuses? Don't tell me that fighting alongside him these past few days has caused you to have a change of heart. Now you feel sympathy towards him?
This pink tiny Labubu is actually evil.
Sympathy? I don't waste sympathy on living humans, let alone on a killing machine that couldn't even pass a forbidden fruit test.
Exactly, a killing machine. Whatever name it goes by now, it was created as a weapon of indiscriminate slaughter to suppress the miasma. Its nature won't change. Dial in. As a Krampus judge, don't forget that.
Judging me with sentimental nonsense? You really do underestimate me, don't you, Senior Zhao? I'm just thinking the whole suppressing miasma angle might be a smokescreen. If the miasma in Limnian Hollow is actually receding, where's it going? Also, I heard another name from the dead at the old mining site. One that's been coming up a lot these past few days. Looks like someone else wants Banye gone. More desperately than we do.
What do you mean? Who?
Dylan says that's a secret. For now though, I won't let him die so easily. Not until I figure out who's trying to use us at least. If we're going to dispose of him, it should be on our terms. And as for Banyue's truth that I'm after, I'll give him a final choice, one with no room for lies or cover-ups. Not long later, Dylan comes to a decision after receiving the invitation to the fireside gathering. As evening falls, light flickers to life across Waifei Peninsula. In Suibian Temple's courtyard, the fire burns bright, the smell of food filling the air. Banyue, Dylan, and the others slowly arrive. Xiaoguang's thank you dinner is about to begin. The fireside gathering is being prepared. Let's go see what Xiaoguang has in store for us. Alright, be right back real quick. Hydration check. Also need to charge my phone. Alright, back. Ning Qian, I don't trust you. Maybe we could turn him around. Oh, we can't interact with Dylan and Banyue. Xiaoguang says perfect timing. Come help me check what else we need. We ask we need help. Xiaoguang says, no, you've all done so much for me. I promise I'd treat you guys properly this time. Just relax and don't worry about it. All you gotta do is make sure to finish everything. Pretend to sneak a bite. Xiaoguang widens her eyes and puffs up her cheeks in mock anger, unable to hide the laughter dancing in her eyes. No way. If you can sneak a bite right now, it won't be a surprise later. Can't you just wait a bit longer? Pretend to be disappointed. Xiaoguang coughs. You feel a warm sensation in your palm as something round is pressed into it. A peeled roasted chestnut glazed with caramel. Xiaoguang says, shh, just this one piece. Have a taste, but keep it secret, okay? This is your exclusive taste tester privilege. When the banquet starts, remember to act like it's your first time tasting it. Otherwise, my reputation as the iron-faced impartial head chef will be ruined. Xiaoguang looks like she's about to go back to her work, her mood seemingly lifted by this small gesture. She even starts humming a little tune. That sweet chestnut, secretly shared, becomes a silent little secret of the moment. They're flirting! They're flirting! In front of everyone? Oh, Belle. You little rizzler. On the large round table, warm orange charcoal flames dance in the small stove. Roasting and making fruits and nuts sizzle and crackle. The cozy aroma fills the air as their edges turn into an enticing golden crisp. The aroma of fragrancy wafts from the rustic clay pot, while plump chashu buns glisten with amber oil. The plate of meticulously arranged asmanthus cakes stands like a quiet gesture of thoughtfulness, especially captivating to the eye.
Please, come this way.
Oh yeah?
There's something I want to discuss with you.
What is it, Banyue Shifu?
It's Xiaoguang. She has a lot on her mind. By hosting the dinner tonight, I fear she's already come to a decision of her own. The abnormal miasma fluctuation is strange, and the road ahead will likely be perilous. I don't want to see her walk into danger. She seems to place great trust in you. If it's your advice, she might listen. Could I trouble you to speak with her again and persuade her to stay here in the temple and keep herself out of danger? That would be the safest course.
Okay, I'll try to talk to her again. But Banyue Shifu, I've been thinking, treating Xiaoguang like she's a fragile piece of glass to be sheltered away, is that really what's best for her? The Qingming sword, the rest of us, we should be the ones to protect her. But more often than not, we've been holding her back.
The Qingming sword is unlike any other weapon. That's why you're the only one I can bring this to.
My, oh my. What a touching request.
With a voice laced in barbs and a half smile that doesn't reach her eyes, Dylan cuts into the conversation.
But tell me, Banyue Shifu, don't you think your words sound especially cruel when talking about someone your algorithms once deemed as expendable, while you stood by and watched her parents consumed by the miasma?
What?
Looks like you didn't know that yet, huh, Proxy? Allow me to introduce our oh-so-gentle, reliable Banyue Shifu. His codename is Purge Unit Type 0, one of TOPS' secret machines built for suppressing miasma. And by suppressing, the most efficient way was, of course, indiscriminate slaughter. Before he put on this harmless, good guy facade, he was Tops's sharpest, most merciless killing machine. After a botched mission, Tops discarded him, left him to rot in the hollow. Somehow, someone picked him up and patched him back together, so he could wear the guise of something less monstrous, hiding among people. People trusted him, relied on him, even treated him as a companion with a heart. But 10 years ago, when the miasma outbreak consumed the old mining site, he stood by and watched countless lives swallowed whole, and Xiaoguang's parents were among them. Back when you went to Silum Bay looking for survivors, why do you think those people reacted to Banyue with such outrage, such hatred?
Banyue Shifu, is this all true?
Grok, is this true?
The marks from the past can't be erased. That much is certain.
The past? Such a tidy word for confession. Then tell me, back then, when you failed to save those people, was it because of your so-called algorithmic logic? Suppress the miasma at all costs. The absolute order that made you treat human life like it was nothing. Does it still run somewhere deep in your core? That kind, gentle mask you wear, is it real? Or is it just a performance for us and for your own conscience, so you can forget the blood on your hands even for just a moment? Silence. The reply I hate the most. I don't even know anymore. Am I speaking to a remorseful person trying to atone, or to a machine that couldn't even pass the forbidden fruit test? Am I just wasting my breath?
Suffocating silence hangs in the air until Xiaoguang's bright voice cuts through the icy tension.
Ah, there you are! Banyue Shifu, could you give me a hand? This old stove is the bane of my...
I'll be right there.
Dial in, you're ruining the vibes here. This is supposed to be a fun-filled evening so that we could lift Xiaoguang's spirits. Banyue leaves, his back still like a mountain, his steps steady and unshaken.
Relax. I have no intention of telling Xiaoguang about the past. It would only breed hatred and chaos. Krampus wants something from Banyue. The simplest way to get it would have been to tell Xiaoguang outright. Let her despise him, resent him, or put him to use. Make him the key.
Key?
According to the ancient tome, to activate the array and suppress the miasma, all you need is a powerful, ever-flowing ether energy source placed in the center of the array. He fits the bill, doesn't he? Once a killing machine, an energy monster in his own right. Sacrificing a machine that failed the forbidden fruit test to secure Wi-Fi Peninsula's peace? Perhaps that makes the guilt easier to bear for everyone. But now...
But why now? Dylan, why are you telling me all this? Those things you said before about the truth. Don't tell me you're deliberately trying to guilt-trip Banyue Shifu into...
Nah. Dylan says whether he truly has a heart or not, his actions will give me the answer. I told you there's a truth about him I need to verify.
As a Krampus judge, my duty is to drag everything hidden, false, or twisted into the light. To reach the end of truth, no matter the cost, no matter the means. Proxy, a word of advice. No matter how harsh the truth, it's still better than drowning in a sweet, comforting lie.
You're not wrong about that. But Dylan, why not trust what you've seen and heard yourself these past few days? How can you be so sure that the things you've just revealed aren't distorted versions of the truth, carefully crafted to serve someone else's agenda? What if the path you're walking is just a detour? One laid out by others to lead you to their version of the truth?
You're not as naive as you look, Phaethon. I'll keep your warning in mind. As for Banye, don't worry. I won't do anything before the final evaluation is complete. That scrap heap can remain as Banye Shifu for now.
Racist against robots? Dial in? Racist against intelligent constructs? What Banyue and Dial-in just said, I need time to sort through all of this. I should probably talk to Xiaoguang about her situation first. The vibes are off. The vibes are off now. Robotist.
Xiaoguang?
What is it? Hungry already? Just wait a little longer. It'll be ready soon.
You're hosting this gathering because you've already made up your mind, haven't you?
That's why Star Wars had all those droid rebellions.
Figures. You saw right through me. I really was planning to be honest with you, just like I said I would. Last night, after you'd all gone to bed, I found this under the door.
Oh. Xiaoguang pulls out a note. Its edges crumpled from having been crushed in someone's hand, then carefully smoothed out again.
Xiaoguang,
oh.
I found a way to break the connection between you and the Qingming sword. The power of the Creator is beyond imagination. Deep within the place we once knew lies the key to awakening them. When they descend in the days to come, my wish will finally come true. No matter the price I have to pay, Xiaoguang. You will be free.
Could it be that the sword... Banyue, the timeline goes like Banyue gave the tooth to Yishuan's care, and at some point the Qingmin sword attached itself, bonded to Xiaoguang? Because we don't want that sword to just about bind with anybody. I think that's just like once the Qingming sword decides that it wants to bond with someone, I guess there's no way for it to break contact. Is that what happened?
This letter, is it really from Senior Ye? Or is someone impersonating him?
Xiaoguang says at first glance the handwriting looks like my brother's, but it's missing little habits he always had in his strokes. And then there's the content itself. Bao says, yeah, Senior Ye might not even know you're in YFA right now, and he suddenly sent you a letter?
Given how much he cares about you, even if he did decide to do this, there's no way he'd ever tell you. This note looks like...
It looks like it's trying to lure me there. I know my bond with the Qingming sword more than anyone. Breaking it isn't something that can be done so easily. Back when I was chosen by the sword, my brother didn't know about its side effects. He was genuinely happy for me. He ruffled my hair, eyes shining, and said, "You're amazing, Xiaoguang. From now on, your big brother will have to rely on you."
Okay, never mind. We're getting the background now.
I knew what he was really happy about. That I could finally be accepted, have a real place in Yunquay Summit. A new home.
Yishuan probably found that terrifying. Did the siblings...
But then, when he learned the truth about the Qingming sword, and what happened to the wielders before me...
That probably got Yishuan scared.
That's too cruel for him.
When we received the news that our parents really had passed, he held back his tears. He didn't want me to be even more afraid. But the day he found out the fate of the sword's wielders, my brother, who had never shown weakness before, broke down in front of me, crying and saying he was sorry, over and over. In the end, with his eyes red and fists clenched, He kept repeating it again and again, not just to me, but to himself, that there had to be a way, and that he would find it. That way became his obsession for years. He even hid from me and Shifu that he was experimenting with forbidden techniques, trying to shift the Qingming sword side effects onto himself instead.
Onto himself?
Thank goodness Shifu caught it in time. That was the first time I'd ever seen her so angry. Not at the forbidden techniques, but at my brother for putting himself in danger.
I would have liked to see this instead of being told about it.
She didn't punish him. She just let out a long sigh, placed a hand gently on his shoulder, and sat with him under the cold moon for the entire night.
I would have liked to seen it instead of being told about it. I think that's another one of Zenless Zone Zero's narrative weak points. Happened with Magus and Dorothy last time, I think. With Seed, they walked you through her past. For some reason here, are they like... I think this might be an issue, the rewrite issue, and... Like, I think they wanted to be able to tell a longer story here to give the players, like, a bigger picture. But it looks like there's just limits to what story they will be able to deliver within the given deadlines that they're allowed to have, which is pretty strict because of how fast like content gets churned out when you play these gacha games, right? Like, the update comes out every month. You only have, it's kind of fucky.
Maybe only Ishuan Shifu, who has endured loss and shouldered her own share of burdens, could truly understand Senior Ye's state of mind back then. That heavy weight he was carrying.
Yeah. After that day, my brother promised her he would never let his obsession ruin him. Not even for my sake. Shifu poured her heart and soul into crafting the Qingming sword's case after her older sister passed away. With it, as long as I keep training in seclusion and reinforcing the seal, I can live like an ordinary person. But, even with the sword case's protection, Shifu and my brother have always been so careful with me. Of course, I understand why. Every part of the seal carries Shifu's lingering pain from her past, and the fear my brother hides deep inside his heart has never really gone away. That's why, this time, I have to go. My sanity tells me that even when despair first struck, my brother never thought about sacrificing others for my safety. He tried to shoulder the side effects of the Qingming sword himself. I don't believe that the person who made that choice back then would now throw himself into the Creator's arms just because of me. So there must be something else he's trying to do.
I believe in Senior Ye too.
But I can't stop the terrible thoughts from creeping into my head. Trap or not, a path of no return or not, I can't let him face that danger alone. I have to stand beside him. I know it's reckless and dangerous. But with you, I don't always have to be so sensible. I want to choose my own path, to take on the responsibility that's mine to bear. So, since you can't stop me, hide it for me one more time, please?
Yeah. Such an important moment here, and the next line isn't going to be voiced. Xiao Guang says, just like when I called myself the acting temple master, you just went along with it naturally and hid my identity from everyone.
I'm not here to talk you out of this. I'm here to make a promise as your companion. not a declaration as your protector. Whether it's into the abyss or toward the light, Xiaoguang, let me be your trusted companion, your proxy, and walk with you to the other side of this path.
Look at these two corny girls.
Why is it that words this heavy can still make my heart feel so warm? Why does it make me so happy? I almost want to cry.
Belle's gathering wives. Z gathering wives. 0. Because that exchange just now was very intimate.
Come on now. You should save those tears for when we find your brother. Right now, we promised that tonight would be nothing but joy and laughter, remember?
Right. Then I'll go check on the desserts. There's still so many tasty flavors I want to share with you.
The scent of spices follows her light. Determined steps, quickly filling the small courtyard. The fire crackles, warm and bright, its orange glow flickering into the deepening night. Wait, that rhymed. As if to burn this fleeting moment of warmth and togetherness even brighter, even fiercer. Boah. Alright, let's go. Start the fireside gathering.
Alright, everything's ready! A special thanks to Beelion, Eos, and Banyue Shifu for helping me out. No way I could have handled all this on my own.
That's so awkward. Dialin and Banyue like chatting, are trying to chat now, and even after that like one exchange, after that exchange that they had earlier, where things got very tense.
Ooh, try this, Dylan. I added extra honey, just the way you like it.
Oh? You even figured out I've got a sweet tooth, huh? How thoughtful of you.
That's cute. It's pretty cute that Dialin has like a soft spot for Xiaoguang. She's like her little sister. Little big sister Dialin.
Hey, Bee Lion! Look at your paws! They're all greasy. You can't eat. Careful, or a spark's gonna turn you into a grilled lion head! Crispy outside, tender inside. Oops, my bad. I forgot we've got another lion head sitting right here.
Banyue Shifu, would you like to try a chashu bun? I remember you're not fond of oily food, so I followed Senior Inuhu's recipe and added a bit of dried tangerine peel to the marinade to cut the richness. Do you like it?
You can eat?
It's perfect.
You can eat?
I'm glad everyone likes them. They're nothing fancy, just some home-style cooking.
Xiaoguang, you're too modest. With skills like this, you could open a restaurant of your own. The balance of sweet and savory, the juiciness. It takes me back to a taste I haven't had since childhood.
Who the fuck invited this dude?
Xiaoguang, your cooking makes me feel all warm and full of energy.
Who the fuck invited that dude? What's he doing here?
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've had a feast like this.
Though I have to say, compared to the way you nearly scorched the bottom of the pot earlier, stomping your feet in panic, you sure adapted fast, Xiaoguang.
Dylan, we agreed not to bring that up. That old stove's impossible to handle. The flames keep flaring up and dying down. Luckily, Banyue Shifu's here. Since we're all here, why don't we sit by the fire and chat for a bit?
Oh? Chatting? I love chatting. What should we chat about?
Let me think. Oh, I know. Everyone share something funny or embarrassing that's happened to you recently. Dylan, you first.
The hearth crackles and flickers with flames. Laughter, playful teasing, the clink of dishes and cups are woven together into a rare chorus of carefree buzz. The tight strings in everyone's heart loosen without notice. Heavy secrets momentarily chased away by the warmth. They seem to stretch in the glow of the fire, flowing quietly in its simple purity, until, as the laughter slowly fades, they look up and realize stars have filled the sky. Yeah, great art. Always love the art that they use here in Zenless Zone Zero.
Wow!
Oh, another good one.
After all that goofing around, the stars almost look brighter, don't they?
Another good one. This is like...
One year, my brother, Senior Fufu, and I went to release lanterns together on a mountain behind Junquei Summit. It was a blustery day, and the wind was so strong we couldn't even get the lanterns lit. I remember stomping around in frustration. Eventually, I just tossed the lantern aside and lay on the grass. But when I looked up, I saw the starry sky, each star shining brighter than any lantern. My brother said that the stars are the best kind of lantern to carry your wishes. I wonder, what did I wish for back then? Feels like it's been ages since I had a moment like that. No thoughts, no worries, just gazing at the stars and having a quiet conversation.
Everyone listens silently, with a crackle of flames, the only sound breaking the silence. Meanwhile, a Qingming sword case shimmers almost imperceptibly under the starlight. Oh, what the hell? Ning Qian says, choices, such cruel things. Once made, they're like stones casted into a lake, ripples pushing you forward as they spread. Looking back, those ripples already turned into a tidal wave. There's no turning back now. Ning Qian seems a bit drowsy, mumbling incoherent, fragmented words under his breath. He's drunk. Oh, Shaguang is the optional dialogue here, okay. I almost chatted with Dylan, that would have progressed the story. Shaguang says it's so much fun being with everyone. Tonight, I'm definitely gonna have sweet dreams. See you in our dreams. What did you mean by that? Dylan says I'm starting to long for more moments like this. Dylan says finally, some peace and quiet. No endless customer complaints, no paperwork, no urgent messages, and none of those voices. Just sitting here, looking at the fire, gazing at the stars, listening to chatter. Just chilling like this? Yeah, not bad at all. Dylan's expression held an unusual calmness. Seems like the perfect moment to ask those questions she'd normally dodge. Belle says, since it's so much trouble, why do you still like being a customer service rep? Dylan says, because it's fun watching people get tongue-tied when I fire back. And because when talking to a living person, no matter what I say, I'll always get a response. It could be an angry demand, a helpless sigh, or even a dumber follow-up question. But whatever it is, it's at least some kind of response. Unlike in the Hollow, where you can only listen, endlessly listening to those voices of the dead. Listening to their resentment, their regrets, their pleas, but they're forever unable to truly respond to anything, or accept any true response. No matter how much you say whatever you say, it's just like a stone falling into a deep well. Not even an echo can be heard. That feeling after a while makes you wonder if you've become part of the silence too. Alright, it's getting late and cold. Time to go home. Finally got some peace and quiet, but it's about to end. Tomorrow's gonna be another troublesome day, huh? Alright, and now we veg. In this tranquil moment, protected by the lingering warmth of companionship, he drifted into a deep, dreamless sleep. Far off, Ye Shiyuan, having waited for quite a while, finds himself lost in confusion.
You aren't planning to use me to activate the array, are you?
Damn, cooked.
No need to test me. I already told you. You'll stand with me before the Creator. As for activating the array, there is another candidate.
You already know where the array is. The Creator's location. When will the summoning begin?
Patience. Timing is like a seed buried deep in the soil. You can't simply will it to sprout. It needs the appropriate nourishment and the right season to break through the earth. So we wait. Wait until the keys chosen by the Creator are all in place.
Sarah tilts her head slightly, as if listening to whispers carried by the wind, or perhaps savoring the urgency in Ye Shiyuan's voice. Corners of her lips curve upwards, her smile laced with anticipation and cold calculation. Ruh-roh. Sounds like quite a commotion outside. Better check it out now. Okay, we can switch around. Hopefully by walking through... Can I ignore it? Alright, I'm gonna ignore it for now. We'll continue tomorrow. What time is it? I'm gonna end it early for today. I still want to go and play a little bit more of Fashion Steel. There's always tomorrow. Because I feel like there's still a good... There's still a bunch to go through. Yeah, there's still a bunch to go through after. Nice. Okay, we'll leave that for tomorrow then. For all the friends that dropped by, thank you very much. Have a great evening. What's this? Oh shit, I almost did not grab... I've almost forgotten to grab today's, like... Today's dailies. Anyways, GG's. Thanks for keeping me company. Good night. Happy Thanksgiving to my American friends. Enjoy. Time with the family, time with the friends. Always a good time. Peace, peace. Take it easy. Have a good night.